急に鹿が飛び出してきたので。
ってことで初ダイヤは日本鹿にとっさだったけど狩猟基準いけてたか。
この公園を離れる前にいい思い出ができました。
姉さんの頼み事は今回で最後かな。やり残しもちょっとあると思うけど。
それですけどお時間は取らせません。サクッとやるのでお付き合いのほどを。と言っても私見たことないんですよね。これがその狙ってるシャモアかどうか。
うちら知ってるのは声だけだよね。中型動物だとは思うんだけどもさ。
一応足跡から出現場所は絞ってます。ニードゾーンもあれば完璧ですけどね。
それさえ見つけたら時間もわかる。目覚ましかけて向かうだけだもんな。
ただ森に生息していてカモフラ率も高いとか。こうして開けたところを移動中だと私も借りやすいんですけどね。
残念だったなレイブン。
でもこれも追加生物だったかと。なかなかいい毛並みしてますよね。
てかこの個体100キロ超えでかなり立派なのに銀等級なんだな。
これ謎の判定で銀等級になってます。本来なら余裕でダイヤなんですよ。
キリネさん的に角が小さい男は認められないのかもしれん。
姉さん大きいのが好きで。
また来たぜ兄弟。
一度休んで狩猟圧も下げた。次こそシャモアがいるといいが。
足跡たどってニードゾーンの把握理想的に進めてはいますけど。
てか相棒が変わってるんだけど。
今後は肉食の襲撃もあるんですよ。守ってくれる子も育てようかと。
距離30から50メートル。
今なら気のせいで済ませられるかも。最初の頃より気配を消せますからね。ただシャーロックは留守番です。この子はまだ驚かせそうなので。
追跡はしてなかったけど犬種はジャーマン以外かしら。
血の追跡なら得意ですけどね。この子はブラッドハウンドです。レベル30まで上がったら勇敢スキルを覚えさせようかと。
勇敢持ってると危険生物を撃退してくれたりするんだって。
ここ以外はクマとかオオカミも出ますしね。子孫した時は守ってもらいます。
それじゃしっかり経験積ませて立派な映像に育てような。
シャーロックです。
俺には見える。
横から致命ヒットできてそうだが。
ヤギとは雰囲気が違いましたし今のがシャモアだと思うのですが。そしてパワーレベリングのごとくシャーロックには美味しいところを。
接待追跡で経験を刻んでいく。でもこの繰り返しが近道だよな。
最初から見えていようと発見時に経験値がドカッと入ってるはずです。きっと30なんてすぐですよ。ちなみにブラッドハウンドは魔法の嗅覚とも称されてまして、車両で移動したターゲットもわずかな浮遊臭から追跡ができます。
そいつは頼りになりそうだな。
難易度マイナーがどういう評価か不明ですけど成功です。
もしかしたら生息数なのかも。あまり見ないからマイナーとか。
表現がちょい独特ですよね。ともかくこれで心残りありません。
それじゃヘラジカを探そうか。指定されたエリアに移動するぞ。
Whoa, those are definitely moose prints and they're fresh. I'm pinching myself. Looks like a big one. A bull. One I saw was a cow. Must be her son. No records of any antlers in this area, but you don't exactly get many people out looking. Too remote. Keep one eye on the tracks, the other on your surroundings. I know, you know. Melanie used to drill that one into me. Can you imagine? They bundled 10 of them into crates and shipped them across the sea from Canada. Must have been terrifying. Most got shot, the others failed to adapt. This bloke we're stalking is probably all that's left of that line.
これが最後の一頭ですか。
Check that branch. Snapped and stripped. Deer don't browse like that, and certainly not that high up.
足跡の予想体重が最大620キロ。体高2メートルもありえるからね。
手持ちの銃だとステリオル。それがギリギリ刺さるサイズかと。
Is that the end of them? Oh, I knew this was too good to be true. If he's lived this long in the reserve undetected, then he's not going to give himself up that easily. Right, Erhua, I think that's your work done here for now. I'll get Josh to set up more cameras around here so we can keep a close eye on things. In the meantime, I can't stop thinking about that letter. I might have been too harsh on people, or at least some people. So I wanted to ask you another favour. There's something in it for you this time, though. So here's the plan. I want to repay Melanie for telling me about the moose. I know I have every right to be angry with her for keeping that letter from me all this time, but frankly it would do the both of us good to move on. And ironically enough, I think the best way for me to do that is to face up to my past. There's somewhere and something I've been avoiding for far too long. Those are hiking boots you're wearing, right? Good. We're going up into the mountains.
今作の私は登山苦手なんですけど、
ノルド式登山ができないからね。
It was good for me to have someone like that in my life, but I didn't really get on with some of her mates from the chopper company. Hard blokes they were, hard working and hard drinking. I found them kind of intimidating, truth be told. And the whole commercial hunting business seemed like one big laugh to them. Out on fancy toys playing shoot 'em up. Even called themselves Alpine Ops, like a bloody action movie. Anyway, one day I was on duty and received a report of smoke sighted on the other side of the reserve. Melanie and her pilot mate, I won't name him, were heading out over that way anyway and suggested I join them. He had been out the night before, you could smell it on his breath. I wanted her to like me, but take the piss out of you if you complain too much and call you a wuss or worse. So I got in. It was fine at first. The pilot was keeping it together and Melanie tried to reassure me that it was probably just some kid's campfire. But then it fogged up. He didn't know what to do, started swerving as if to get out of it. Next thing, we hit a bluff. I don't remember anything after that. Everyone survived. The pilot broke quite a few bones, but Melanie got off with just a few cuts and bruises, a lucky sucker. And the fire? False alarm. Anyway, the wreckage from that accident was never cleared, and I haven't been back since either, too out of the way. But I'm certain there are still a few things worth salvaging up there.
事故現場に着きました。あれが乗ってたヘリですか？
姉さんらの忘れ物だっけか。だいぶ放置されてると思うけど。
It should be around here somewhere. The cockpit. If it had hit the ground at a slightly different angle, would have been goners. Take a look around, see if you can find anything. Bingo! That's exactly what I was hoping we'd run into. Melanie's old hunting rifle. I asked her if she wanted it back, but she said it'd make more sense for you to hold on to it. She's a bit too long in the tooth to get up to much hunting these days, the poor dear. I'll have it patched up and sent to your weapon locker. Consider it a bonus for a job well done. Take one more quick look around before you head down, can you? Cheers. There. That's mine. A gift from my mum, who got it as a gift from hers. I've been missing it all this time. Can you drop that necklace off by the nearest outpost and we'll wrap things up? Josh will head over for it later. I told him he'll never drive my car again if he so much as looks at it the wrong way. I think we're sitting pretty when it comes to hunting footage for the film now. I'll send what we have over to the marketing team and leave the rest in their hands. Still, it's a shame that the moose thing didn't pan out. I've had more than my fair share of false starts over the years, so I knew it was never going to be easy. They're tricky like that. Something for the book at least, eh? An ultimate chapter. He yet lives. I'll be sure to let you know how the video is received anyway. Thanks again. Great job, Eho.
よく姉さんが使ってる言葉はマオリ語で、キアオラは挨拶でホアは友達だよ。
この首飾りは花に返してあげましょう。
hope Mum will be happy it's back in the family. Right, well, I know you came here on holiday and... Huh? Did you hear that? Could it really be? It's close. Sounds like just beyond the outpost. Turn that camera on again. We're not done here yet. Follow the call. It couldn't have gone far.
クラス8のヘラジカです。
さっき譲り受けた銃はスポーター。クラス8に対応する強力なライフルだ。
このタイミングでこの銃もらうのはこいつ使って倒せということでしょうか。
それでも薄いところを狙う必要がある。範囲もギリギリの強敵になってるぞ。
確かにラスボスにふさわしいですが。
These are brand new. I can almost feel how close you are. Look, mate, I'm a park ranger first and foremost, so I've got to remind you of something. In this jurisdiction, moose are considered deer, and deer are pests. Even if I've got a personal soft spot for the poor thing, I can't fault you for wanting that trophy. If you decide not to harvest it, make sure to at least take a good photograph. That action cam's not up to much there. I'll let you make the call. Don't dither though. We know this one's wily. Here. Of course. Old bloke wanted to give us some scenery to admire.
たった一匹のヘラジカを許容できない視線でもないでしょう。さっき私の弾は左の肺を貫いたということにして生かす道を選びます。
それじゃ幻の証明を残しとこうか。
Got him. And he's off. It's what I would have done. We're a bunch of softies, eh? Still, now we've got proof. No one's ever going to call me a crackpot again. And I've got a story. Final chapter. Last of its kind. Or the spirited adventures of the stoic hunter and the elusive prey. Resplendent sword, eat your heart out. Speaking of which, this must be what spooked Barden, right? A creature from another world? Just like one of those, things from his movie? Quite the reaction, but then I guess he was still pretty munted. When I spoke to Melanie, she said that there's apparently been protests in town against the films that have been made here. Some of the Kiwi actors involved have cited poor working conditions, things like that. I have to say, I'm glad to see people rally around a common cause, even if I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for this whole debacle. But that's over and done with. The important thing is that we're changing tack, going all in on what this place needs. You know, they even invited me to an advanced screening of the film. I think I'll be not so politely declining. Well, that's that. As I was saying earlier, I know you originally came here to get away from it all, so why don't you take that time now and enjoy yourself? I'll be in touch again soon.
それじゃ狩りに向かいますか。
てか散々やらかしといて先行上映呼ぶとかさすがだわ。
やはり唐薬莢と一緒に生首でも送るべきですかね。
姉さんから連絡待ちでずっとアウトポストの開放とかしてたけど、
連絡待ってかなり経ちますが、いつ来るかで録画と削除を延々と。
何か仕留めるのが条件ならポテトの方が良かったのかな。
Oh!
Kia ora. It's been a while. You enjoying yourself out in the bush? There's nothing I love more than strapping a pack on and getting lost out there. So I'm glad you've had the chance to wind down and take it in after all that excitement earlier. Got a couple of updates for you. First and foremost, we released the promo film a few days ago. It's been wild. Phone's ringing off the hook kind of wild. In fact, we're almost fully booked for the autumn season already. I should be celebrating, but I've been sitting in my office, laser focused on how we're going to keep day tripper numbers down. We're not legally allowed to charge an entry fee, and quotas are hard to enforce, so maybe the solution is an outreach. Give those snot-nosed students a taste of the work we do here. Who knows? Might even make conservationists out of some of them. Anyway, the film's up, but we're still working on some final touches to the website. Oh, and the marketing team had a request. There's an old lighthouse by the coast that they'd like a few shots of. Can you head over there and I'll fill you in on everything else that's been happening? So, the bloke with the antlers, the firm we hired to do the promo film has gotten in touch with one of the big online networks, and they're up for the idea of turning your moose chase into a documentary. I'm still working on my book, but I'm thinking this could be a good accompaniment. You've seen the show, now get the details straight from their moose's mouth. Oh, of course they want to use your footage, and maybe even get an interview. You keen? Give it a think. Good opportunity to raise your profile, though I get the feeling that's not something that matters all that much to you. That's why I like you, Ehor. What you see is what you get. In other news, Josh convinced me to let him go to that advanced screening of Resplendent Sword. He loved it, the brat. But then he must have read the books cover to cover about 10 times. He said, get this. He said that it had a strong message about environmentalism and cooperation. You think the same people who left all those messes behind came up with that? Hypocritical rubbish. It has given him a newfound appreciation for the reserve, though. He's even expressed an interest in hunting for the first time in his entire life. I think it's as much your influence as anything, but he's not going to admit to that anytime soon.
ジョスくんちにまたピンポンダッシュで鹿をこうかな。
お前そんなことしてたのか。
愚かな若者に教育とエールを兼ねたプレゼントです。
仮に今日見てのは建前でお前を撃つ練習なんじゃねえの。
そんなことより新装備の紹介です。おびき寄せ用の設置罠なのですが、
なんか電波でも飛ばしてるんかね。
マップ上の全生物の鳴き声が重いけど笛系はこれ一つで OK です。
なにあれなにあれ。うわ、めっちゃ見てる。
とまあこういう装備なんですよ。優位なところから呼べば弱点も簡単に。
それに駆食には弱った動物の声とか出せるとか見た気がするな。
リモコンからポチポチ切り替えが重量あっても1枠で済むのは便利です。めっちゃ便利です。
The lighthouse is just up the path off the beach here. Speaking of Resplendent Sword, the protests have continued and the demolition of the commune made it into the local papers. I actually received a lot of support, even from people I wouldn't have expected it from. It's been humbling. I'm not going to go out of my way to drop in on the town, especially now I'm so busy with the book, but it is nice to feel like you're part of a community again.
公園も値算もいい方に進んでるな。
Here's a good spot.
ここから灯台を取ればいいようです。夕日も入れば最高だったんですけどね。
ちょっと離れてるししゃあないね。
Moody. Let's get one a little closer up too. This beach is where I saw that moose cow about 35 years ago. She was staring out at the sea, looked heaps lonely. It probably won't surprise you to learn that I was kind of a weird kid, introverted and a bit in my own world. There was something about her that connected with me then, and still does. Perfect. I'll send these on right away.
Huh? Like that son?
カメラのままエンディング解除できんので許してね。
It's been quite the adventure we've embarked on, eh? I can finally see a future for this place where we're not at the mercy of outside actors, and that's in no small part thanks to you. To preserve Te Awaroa's heritage and safeguard our unique biodiversity requires constant vigilance, but I think I'm up for the challenge. Wouldn't you agree, Eho?
.なんか最初も落とされた気がしますけど、
割と気軽にヘリから落とされるな。
ともかくここでの仕事は完了です。テアワロアも平和になることでしょう。
姉さんにはジョッシュの教育しっかりしてもらうとしよう。
あの子にはクソ映画じゃなくてディスカバリーチャンネルを見せるんだ。
自然を愛せる男に育ってほしいよな。
芋虫の踊り食い動画待ってます。ってことで今回の資料はここまでに。
それではまた次の保護区で。